There are definitely moments where I go through, I look around me and I say, all these people that I'm concerned about. Take a celebrity, for example. This isn't even something that I think most people can relate to. We see these celebrities, we give them all this attention, and it's beautiful. You know, a lot of these celebrities really do appreciate their audiences and care that people, they want to do good work, but when you really think about it, every once in a while I'll be like, but that person's not fucking thinking about me. That's not a two-way. That is me thinking about some entertainer who will never meet, I'll never hear from. And the amount of like glory that I'm pouring into this person who's really just a person doing a job. No one should expect any celebrity to want to, or to see them or know them, because they're just doing a job. They're just doing their job. But I felt I hit a wall with most of my relationships where I'm praying, and I'm getting closer to the dirt. And I'm looking around me, and all these people that I'm praying for are going on vacations. And I mean, literally, I'm getting closer to the dirt. I've been sleeping on the cement. I mean, in the past few years, I haven't, because I had a kid. I can't sleep on the cement with a kid, though I did have a baby in me when I was sleeping on the cement at one point for at least a month. But anyways, that's besides the point. I was noticing that I was getting closer to the dirt, and I'm looking around me, and everybody that I'm praying for and thinking about having vacations, weddings, big life moments. I don't know, buying things, getting presents for each other, gifts for each other. And so from one aspect, it's like, well, I can't, basically at the end of it, when I start to feel like bad about that, I really have to keep it real about the fact that I have, in many cases, chosen to give away things of myself that I cannot get back. And I did it because I didn't know better. But I am reading this political thing right now, and it's the same thing. How is it that this boss, this CEO, this top head person, in a few years gets millions of extra dollars just to their name? Meanwhile, millions of people can barely make rent. One person, just one entity, sucks it all up somehow. And I don't think people agree to it. I don't think people realize it's happening. I don't think people, sometimes it's happening so blatantly in front of our faces. It's like, oh, well, I guess that's just how things are. What else are we supposed to do? We still have to make a living and pay our bills. And it's not good to resent somebody for having a wedding or a vacation, especially, and I feel this way about rich people too. Some rich people genuinely earned their riches. They started from poverty, they worked really hard, and now they're rich. And they're not only rich, but they're generous and kind, and they do good things with their money. So it's not up to me to be jealous of a person's blessings. Energetically, though, what I've noticed when I start to give myself that kind of attention, then all of a sudden negativity comes my way from others. It's like all of a sudden all these people that never need my attention need my attention. But the one thing, and it's very frustrating, it's like, oh, now that I'm taking care of myself, now you need me, now you want my attention. How am I supposed, I can't take care of both of us if I can't I have to at some point be able to take care of myself and give myself that attention. and that money even, right? Whatever. And I guess what I'm coming to is before anything, you have to go to God first. Before anything, because God doles out the energy in the best way. You can see things that the human eye can't. And I do have to admit that when it comes down to it, I've had some fucking hard times, you mother. You know, I really have had some fucking hard times. I can't. And I want to be like understanding. Okay. Like, and I am. I have a very high patience for a lot of bullshit, but I have had, like, when I have seen perspective of what going without is and with what having is, I have had exactly what I needed in the moments that I needed it. For instance, phone's about to run out in the middle of nowhere and on a road trip. You pull off into the first building that you see. You don't have a charger. The nice person working behind the counter says, "Here, take this. This happens to fit your phone. You can have this for the rest of your trip." Those kinds of moments. And it begs the question, am I putting myself in bad spots where I have to depend on these nice moments? And in a way, yes. But it's not out of fear. It's out of love. It's out of trust. And it's out of knowing that I've done my best with what I have. And that is what I want to say. I hope this message reaches who it needs to, and I hope that it's been helpful. And yeah, it's all good. Some days suck, some days don't. But energetically, I've heard both explanations for both sides. Like, for instance, if you're shaking, if you feel like you're shaking, I've heard that being called an angel, and I've heard that being called a demon. I've heard it be called both. So, in those kinds of situations, I tend to be like, maybe it's just that I haven't had enough water, but there's nothing wrong with little pronoia, a little bit of pronoia helps you kind of get through a moment. And I don't think there's anything wrong with thinking that God actually personally cares for you either. I think there's something wrong with thinking that your needs are above others' needs, and that God is like making people compete with each other. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. I do think that God, there's nothing wrong with the idea that, there's God, there's a God, there's angels, there's people, there's beings that genuinely care about you and what you're going through and your well-being. And they feel what you feel. They feel for you. They care. And it's not something that they hold over your head, It's just what is. So, and stick to that. I suggest sticking to that because it is true. Like, it's not about like being like a creep in the shadows, like, oh, I care for you. It's like more so about you not understanding how to care for yourself in certain moments, and other people stepping up and showing you how to, other beings showing you how to, God showing you how to, and then humbly stepping out and waiting until you understand what to do, till you, ABCs. Peace.